Hey, hun. Sorry, I'm just letting people on the internet know that I am doing it, the stream. Hey, can you let me know if the music's too loud over my voice, or if it's like, how's the volume level? Okay, I'll turn it down a bit. Hold on. How's that? Is that better? Is it better now? Okay. How's that? Is that better? Okay, just wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure how the leveling was going to be with this, so I thought I'd check. -40, that's good. We'll be starting in a minute. I'll be starting in a minute. I just want to get the internet knowing that I am streaming. Yeah, more attacks to do. Speaking of, hold on, I gotta respond to this. The person who drew that really good piece of mica, posted it on Blue Sky. Hey, Joe. Okie dokie. Wow, why is this not posting? Why is it not posting? There we go. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why Kara was not posting anything. Hey, yeah, that's what I'm like about to do. Is I'm drawing this revenge. So we're gonna start now. I actually kind of had something in mind for this one. So this was a revenge. Let me pull up the piece. This was the piece that I was attacked with by. Hold on, let me look up the name. Necrowolf326 on Artfight. So this is who the revenge is for, because they're next on my list of many revenges I am currently shuffling through. So, yeah, but I saw this character and I saw them in a tree, and I kind of had like a cool perspective idea, so I'm going to attempt it. Yeah! My infinitely growing list that is probably not going to get smaller, and it's only been 9 days into Artfight. I will be amazed if it doesn't take me until the very end of the event to be able to catch up. Yeah, I want to make the composition of this one look cool. Because I really like making cool compositions. Same. I gotta, like, I can't pull it up because this is set only to, like, so, like, I'm on Firefox. I'm on Clip Studio. I'm on Firefox. I'm on Clip Studio. This does not, let me show you guys that I am on Firefox. Though I can see Firefox, the program isn't going to show you Firefox. It's just going to be Clip Studio Paint for the rest of you guys. But I have 2 pages of bookmarks. Some of them are ones I bookmarked after I got these revenges. Other ones are ones that... It is a blessing of OBS. I specifically had it set up because I didn't want everybody being able to see every single thing I have going on in the background. It's also why I'm able to have this nifty little border around my videos. Though I do plan on changing my art fight, my art stream stuff. I want to change the thumbnails that I use for art streams because I'm not really vibing with the ones I currently use. Like, they're a little lazy. So I want to make ones that are cooler. Sometimes if I'm trying to figure something out, I like doing small thumbnails like this. Because then I could get really messy with it without having to worry about drawing big. OBS is also just a really nice program for streaming. I would like to do more stuff with it though. One of the things I would like to eventually be able to get to is getting a bot for my stream chat, but I don't stream often enough or with enough people in it to, like, at least for me to justify going out my way to find a good chat bot. So, I don't know. Maybe someday. I'm actually gonna cheat a little bit here. And grab you. And it is a very irreplaceable program for screen sharing. It's just very nice. It's a very nice one. I think I'm going to actually expand this a little bit more. There we go. And we're going to sketch the character. I think you could make it only capture Cintiq. I've seen some artists who stream on just their Cintiqs, but they'll have like their references on their monitors. I don't do that. My tablet doesn't have a screen, so. But if you don't have a tablet with a screen, how are you looking at the comments? It's because I have my iPad opened. My iPad is open, so that's how I'm able to see what you guys are saying. I just have to look over to the side. It's probably not the most like, what's the word? Innovative thing to do. But I also, sorry, my volume's a little loud on my end. Hold on a second. Yeah, but I need more room on my desk. I don't have enough room on my desk. I got too much tablet and too much laptop and other junk on my desk because I like to throw my junk on my desk. And I have to be careful and put my sake in a place where I'm not going to accidentally knock it over. And it's not sake though, it is Gorai? It's very nice. I think the issue is less with my with the music's volume and just more with the song. The song is very loud. Like, the volume on my computer isn't even that loud. It's at a 7. It's a nice song. This is I have it linked in the bottom, but I had asked, Joe and Ginny, you've heard me talk about this artist, but for those who might be on the stream who haven't, there's this YouTuber I like named the Starfish Face, and I asked her a couple days ago because I've been wanting to stream for Art Fight, but the reason why I don't do art streams much is because I don't find good music to play in the background. And Star has her playlist public that she uses in streams, so I was like, would you mind if I used it for my own art streams just because I can't find good music? And she's like, I have no issue with it. But she also was like, if you make your own playlist, though, you could just throw the songs on it and then you could be able to edit it. Which I'm like, I'm gonna do that eventually. And then today I just had like the impromptu, like, you know what, I'm gonna stream today. And didn't get around to making my own playlist, so I just threw hers on. But I have it linked down in the description, so if you guys like the tunes on it, then go ahead and give it a follow. It's a nice little playlist. It's got some good jams on it. I also just miss doing art streams in general. I want to do more of them. Kind of in this year, most definitely next year, because next year is when I have to start my senior film, and I think it would be really fun if I stream myself working on that. Because then I could be like, you guys could watch me work on my senior film. Because one of the things I want to do with my senior film is, when it's done, is I want to submit it to festivals, because I think it would be really cool to do that. Especially since it's gonna be... The requirements is like a maximum of 2 minutes, but I've seen some films that have gone like as large as a minute over that time. So I promise I'm personally hitting like at the maximum a 3-minute long film, hopefully less than that. But that I have to record a I forgot the technical term for it, but it's when you record like dud audio in order for you to put down timing if the actual audio is not recorded yet. And I want to do that for my own film, so because I have my voice actor, the main narrator, chosen, and he already said that he was going to do it, and I do want to get a couple people to help me animate some shots in the film. But not like every shot in the film, just a couple, because I think I could do most of it on my own. And a lot of the animators I know at my college are like either juniors or about to be seniors as well. So but I want to be able to like have everybody in like a meeting and like, you know, show the like animatic I'm gonna have prepared for them. But that's kind of like my goal for the fall semester, is to get all that prepared. So in between the fall and the spring semester, I get people to like help me animate a couple shots. You know, I wasn't originally going for a breezy look, but the character had like, at least with the pose and all that, there's a very like kind of breezy look to this. So if it is being looked at down, arm should look like that. But yeah, that's kind of my plan. So, I want to do more art streams. I want to get better music for my art streams. Yeah, I didn't mean to click that. This is my rainbow starbeam brush. I use this to make pretty effects, because it makes pretty effects. It is the best one of the best recent brush downloads that I have gotten. is a very good brush. Somebody was like really into me telling them where I got the brush that I use for line art, which here's the thing, and I know it's not the case. So this is like the brush I use for line art. It pretty much has the exact same settings as the G Pen. The only reason why I use this for line art is I have this specifically on settings where it moves slower, whereas with the G Pen I don't. I have it move fast, and that's because I like to use the G Pen for coloring. I don't like using the Painty Side Pen for coloring. Listen, if I draw it, it's already gay. No exceptions. All my art is gay. There is no gay agenda. I just have to draw someone and boom, they're gay. I don't make the rules. I mean, the best coloring tool is the paint bucket tool. Obviously, why did I grab that? It's obviously the paint bucket tool, but like this pen is like very good for when I need to get details and stuff. Oh. The one heterosexual image, the closest that we'll get will be whenever I draw Joel and Ingrid ship art. Which is really funny because that is not a straight relationship at all. This chat better be gay. Yeah. I am like waiting for the day when that gets adopted as like the ship name for the two of them. It's just they're the designated comfort straits, because it's gonna be really funny. It's gonna be so funny when I get to later parts of the comic. And it's not even gonna be in a I don't like people saying that my characters are straight, because Joel is like a straight person. They are still a queer couple. For reasons that I have not gotten into yet, but I think you two already kind of know, or at least I've alluded to it whenever I would gush about my comic. But because I'm on stream, I'm not gonna flat out say what the reason for it is. Yeah. Good. Good. That's good. Drink more sake. This isn't sake, this is Go-Rai. It's not even Japanese. It's very good. It does not say what, It's a grain neutral spirits with artificial flavor. It tastes like honeydew. It's very good. It's also very dangerous. It's like twisted tea. It tastes like a delicious beverage. Nice. God. There's actually something that I've been I meant to put as a question on like Tumblr and some other websites, but I want to hear like feedback from you guys. Though I think Joe might be able to get me a better answer than you can, Judy, only because Joe, I think, he's used Etsy. And that is, I'm thinking of moving my online store from Etsy to Patreon. And the reason for it is because of just like how shit Etsy has been in the last couple years. And also I don't really get my stuff doesn't get seen as much since all the shit that Etsy has been happening. So I'm wondering what your guys' opinions about that are. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then just moving all my listings from Etsy to Patreon. There, I haven't looked in the cartel. I was thinking Shopify, but the thing with Shopify is it's a good place to set up your own online store, but I don't remember if it's 30 bucks a year or 30 bucks a month. I believe it's 30 bucks a year. I don't make enough sales from my Etsy or from my online store stuff for me to justify making a Shopify. Maybe if I start getting more sales through my Patreon, if I switch my store to my Patreon, then I don't know if my Patreon is. I believe I have to look into like the store details because I've been using Patreon. Um, hey, Cotton Ball. I've been using Patreon to follow some people I like. Like I follow Rusty Quill on there. I follow Hello for the Hollowoods. I follow the Starfish Face. But I'm not like a paid member because I just don't have that money lying around right now. And I've been saving my money, especially after my car shit again. um, not the stuff that was happening yesterday. That stuff was free, but the brake shit that I was going through, um, that's the stuff I'm talking about. But like, none of them have like an online store. I think, or actually, hold on a second. Because I follow them, but I don't. Ah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So people on Patreon can see stores. So I'm assuming at the very least, like I just checked one of the ones I follow that does have a store and I can see the stuff they sell on it. I have something uploaded on my own store there. Granted, they do take like an extra fee, but they charge that fee to people who use Patreon. They don't charge it to you, as far as I'm aware, which sucks. It actually does kind of suck, but considering I would rather have like a reliable place for people to be able to see my my merchandise rather than like what Etsy's been doing. I kind of don't like. I feel like it's like a reasonable downside, like one of those the pros outweigh the cons, because like Etsy's just been so shit with finding a lot of this stuff lately. Yeah, I'm gonna ask people. I'm gonna ask people on like online before I like go ahead with it because I want to see what other people think. Yeah, well, the issue is I still have convention merch from 2018 I'd like to sell, Joe. Wally Darling, I've heard of it, but I'm not really familiar with the piece of media that character's from, or if that's the name of the media. Yeah, I know, Joe. The issue with Patreon is you have to have like the best way to describe Patreon. Okay, why is this looking really weird? Is Patreon you have to have like a following prior beforehand, and like a portion of that following has to be willing to spend money. Which is kind of like one of the reasons why I want to move my online store to Patreon, is because like at least then if people are like, oh, I like this person, but I don't want to donate money every month, like they could at least still have like the option to follow my Patreon. Which, doesn't pay me, but like eventually, like, people could be like, oh, maybe I do want to pay $2 or $5 a month. Anyway, I have a Patreon down below. No, but if you saw my bookshelf, if you saw the top of my bookshelf, you will at least understand my pain, Joe. But yeah, that was like a thought I was having recently. Because, like, here's the thing, because I would like more people to follow my Patreon, but it doesn't have to be people who are paying. Like, I have, like, one, maybe two people who follow it regularly, but I do post, like, stuff that you don't have to pay for on there. It's not a lot, and I don't do it often, but, you know, it's like a social media account. It's like, I'm here, and you have the option to give me money, but you don't have to if you don't want to, but you get stuff if you do. Like, one of the things I want to do when I finally reach the ability to be able to have subscribers, like the paid like subscription thing for YouTube, which I'm trying to get myself eligible for that now, is I want to make it so now people who are sub to my Patreon as well as sub to me on YouTube will get like a little shout out in my video, and they get to have videos early. That's something I want to do when that happens. I could do it now, but I'd rather wait until I could also get subs on YouTube in case people don't care about my comic shit. They could just be like, fuck the comics, I want to see videos early. I don't know why I'm giving this person an angry face. They did not have like a very angry look on their face. But I also don't want it to feel like a redraw of that. Give it a little smile. And let's see. I want to fix the Kate. Speaking of comics, I need to get the this week's page of In Harmony done. That's true. I was just kind of more of going for like a kind of cheeky, like, hey, up here kind of scene. This would not look like it. I think that's the reason why this is like, I'm confused about this cape, is I'm having it at an angle that does not make sense. You can make JoJo once. Jay! Hi, Jay! Thanks for stopping by, dude! I really appreciate it! Guys, this is Jay Corn of What's Left of Us. You should go, I don't have a bot to do it, but you should go listen to his D&D show. It's very good. It's one of my favorites. I love it very much. I hope you have a good night, Jay. You can make if you have it, you can make a pair of Joseph earrings, but you can make like one of them part 2 and one of them part 3. What color do I use for line art? I'm gonna use black. Okay. Yeah! I have a podcast recommendation show. I'm actually getting my next one ready. I have the art recorded for it. It was a tech I did for a friend. And It was a talk I did for a friend. I have the art recorded for it. The next one I'm recommending is Neighborly, but I'm also kinda on the fence of recommending Neighborly next because it'd be a while, but like I'm kind of thinking about re-listening to it. I actually might wait until season 3 is announced because I know they're working on it. It's just not there's no release date yet. It's like unlike with Seven of Hearts, it's been a while since they've updated, but also unlike Seven of Hearts, they have said they've been working on season 3. Like here's my thing with podcasts is if you're gonna end your podcast on a cliffhanger, I would very much like to know if the podcast is continuing. What's the Frequency has done it, and I know they're continuing it, but it's also been since like 2019. And Seven of Hearts it's been less of a time, but their account has also not been updated since 2022. So it makes me sad, but I'm like maybe Jay, that's how you always get me back. Like that last episode, that was so mean to Tim. I hate it. I love it. You should do it more. That's the thing I love with like a D&D and with like writing is I love screaming about like horrible things creators do to characters. Horrible things creators do to their characters. I hate it. They should do it more. Yeah, I bet she had every right to because that hurt so bad, but that was so good. That was like one of those like it's like oh goodness. Yes. I miss What's the Frequency. I wouldn't ever re-listen to it, but I enjoyed the surrealism with What's the Frequency. If season 2, I'm like my one criticism with the show, the only like major the reason why I will never listen to What's the Frequency season 1 over again is because as much as I love the show, I cannot sit through those conversations where people are eating in the middle of them. It is by far the worst I have ever had eating in a podcast, and it's just yes, absolutely. You might like What's the Frequency, Jay, if you don't have like really bad misophonia. It's an audio experience, very 1940s-esque. It's very like you could like zone out at parts of it, and then like the story will happen again, and you're like, ooh, yay, troubles, and then it'll go back to like being a sort of psychedelic, supernatural, like what is happening, kind of like ambiantic video track. See, Joe, I could recommend people What's the Frequency. King Thrushy's a friend of mine, and he's the one that recommended me What's the Frequency. Look at this. I'm very excited to get to that one. Because with What's the Frequency, one of the things that I like about it is I love troubles. I have not listened to King's Fall AM, if that's a podcast, I'm assuming. The one I've been listening to recently, which I heard about for a while. I've heard about it for a while, but I haven't actually played it, like listened to it, I mean, was, what's it called? The White Vault. The White Vault is very good if you... I have a friend I need to like message and ask if they listen to it because this would be their exact jam. But it's... Oh, how do I describe the White Vault? At least for the first 2 seasons, a bunch of people get stuck in a Arctic research facility. A teeny tiny little Arctic research facility, and horrible supernatural stuff happens. And it's very much like one of those like pseudo anthology shows where like They follow a set of characters. The story that's happening already happened, and another character is like talking about like, this is what we found when we went to this place where this stuff happened. So you kind of already know at the very beginning that everybody who's there either died or disappeared. And the episode I left off at the like perfect episode. I'm on season 3 right now. There's 5 seasons currently. I left off on the perfect episode because they ended season 2 on a really good like cliffhanger. And I got through season 3 where like with a brand new group of characters, it's like, wait a second, you can't not resolve that cliffhanger. Got midway through season 3, and then they were like, hey, you know that cliffhanger? Here you go. And they like resolved it. Like, it's not really resolved, but like they like brought it back up in like such like a very like, oh my god, this is happening kind of way. It's very well done. Very well done. And I'm very excited for when I'm very excited for when I started back up again at work when I've been listening to podcasts. Because I'm like, you can't just like have that happen and then not like talk like hello? Because they like at the end of season 2, they're like, oh yeah, here's this really big important thing. And then they're like, season 2 is over. Now on to season 3. And it's like, well, maybe season 3 will like talk about it. And then they're like, anyway, so instead of like going about like whatever the fuck that was about at the end of season 2, we're gonna go look at these new Blorbos and hope that maybe none of them die this time. And guess what? This is like the Game of Thrones of podcasts. Don't get attached to anybody. They might not make it till the end. Joe, you're in a server with me, and I don't remember their name at the top of my head. I always forget their username. But like you can go ahead and see my live reactions to the end of season 2, which I listened to earlier today. Yeah, Zanado. I didn't want to say their name. I didn't want to say their name on here because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if they'd be fine with that. I like telling people, yeah. I like telling people, oh yeah, I think I might know which podcast you're talking about. I like telling people when you're on streams with me that you're my friend, because sometimes the way you talk to me, is very much that gentle bullying that we do, that I would not appreciate if a random stranger did to me, and I like to clarify to other people that yes, you are my friend. Ah! Bye, Jay. I hope you have fun doing whatever it is you're off doing right now. No, it's fine. I don't mind it. I would just rather not have somebody who doesn't know you or like know who you are to me, go like, oh, hey, this person's being weird in a stream. And I can't give people colored names yet, I think. Or can I? Well, I could put you in as a moderator. I'm glad you did! Thanks for stopping by. Like, that's the only thing I could do, is I can put you as a moderator. I know it is. You had nothing to apologize, dude. I appreciate it. It's more so as I'm afraid somebody else isn't gonna realize that, and then they're gonna start being mean. And I would rather not have like an unintentional misunderstanding argument happen in my chat. So I think at this point people have been in this chat long enough to be able to like recognize that I know you on a personal enough level that you could like do your light friendship bullying. Like if Judy, for instance, did it, I'd be like, hun. I know you don't. Yeah, no, I was sorry. I was making a joke. I was making a joke. Like if you got mad at Joe's friendly bullying, I would be like, we're in servers together. Why are you being mad? Wait a second. What happened? That's a very Cinderella behavior. I've been also listening to I was shuffling my playlist and a lot of music I got from anime. Consensual bullying, exactly. A lot of music that I got from anime was playing on it today, and I was like driving with like my windows down, music blaring, just being like, it's hot outside, but everybody's gonna think I'm a weeb. Which is fine. I think cringe is dead anyway. Or at the very least, cringe should be dead. Why don't I just follow the lines to my sketch like a person who fucking knows how to draw? Why don't I do that? I could just do that. It's so easy. So easy. That's kind of like when you have to like that's like the one shitty thing, because with me with regular strangers, I like being nice. I don't like people thinking I'm mean unless I don't like them, then I want them to think I'm mean. But like but like yeah, no, I understand that completely, dude. My thing with like strangers is like, especially if it's like in a stream sense, since we're on the topic of streams, is, and this is like with like interacting with me online in general, is I do not like it when people who want to talk to me either dance around actually like trying to talk to me, or if they shower it with a lot of like flattery words. Like I don't mind like, you know, the occasional compliment and all that, but like I want to be talked to like a person. And that's just kind of the energy, at least in an online space, I try to bring whenever I'm like interacting with people on like their streams or like talking to them online. Like even if it's like somebody who like I follow but I don't talk with, and they're like a question, they had like a question about something, and I know the answer to it, I'll just be like, oh hey, you had a question about this, well let me tell you, rather than just being like, can I answer your question, yada yada yada. Like I just don't really have time for that kind of small talk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, I feel like that kind of situation is justified, especially since, like, with the exact thing that you're talking about, you and I both, like, more so you than me, but because, like, I just chose to ignore it when it was happening. Because I was just like, it was just like, I could put my brain capacity to, like, more things than, you know, worrying about this. Like, I get that, especially with the stuff that was happening just before our fight. I forgot what time I started this. Oh wow, hasn't even been an hour yet. Yeah. My dog is sleeping on my bed and she is holding her foot. She is hugging her foot while taking a nap. Oh, she's so cute. I love my dog. She is my cute old lady. Yeah. But that's kind of like my whole thing. I'm just like it's like the guilty pleasure thing of like everybody has, which is I like watching the drama. I don't like actively participating in the drama. Like the only time I ever participate in any kind of like online drama, like especially like now that I'm older and like I have the brain of somebody who is not a teenager. I don't like stepping into stupid arguments or discourse unless it like directly involves somebody being an ass to a friend. I only got one of them upstairs with me. It's just Stella because she's always hanging out with me. She's just being so good, taking her little nap. And she's gonna wake up in like maybe an hour or less and be like, okay, time for me to go outside again. That's also another reason why I haven't been streaming. I mean, with the exception of doing my Fallout streams, but like for those, I've been like locking my dog out of my room. Is I've been walking around the room and being like, you're someone else's problem for a couple hours. Um, is because she has to go to the bathroom so much now that I hate having to stop every minute and to go help her out. Poor puppy. Not that I hate helping my dog out. I love my dog. But she has to go to the bathroom so much and sometimes at the worst times. No, Lucky doesn't really sleep on my bed that much. He'll sometimes come up and sleep on my bed, but it's mostly Stella and JJ who do. I don't let Chewy in my room because Chewy's territorial and he likes to pee on my things. And I don't appreciate that, so he's not allowed in my room. Like, in general, that's why whenever my family is out of town, I sleep in the living room because he barks throughout the night if nobody is with him. And I can't lock him in my parents' room because, once again, he barks throughout the night. But he won't bark throughout the night if he's with somebody. He'll be quiet and he'll be good. And I don't want him in my room. So, and I'm not sleeping in my parents' bed. So I'll sleep in the living room. JJ also will come up here and hang out sometimes. She's hanging out with my stepdad right now because he was eating dinner last time I was downstairs, and she was eating stuff he would accidentally drop. She was eating chips. But when she wants to, and when my mom's not home, she'll hang out upstairs with me, and she'll like sleep on my blankets, and she'll make herself a little nest. It's very cute. Lucky, on the other hand, he's just too big. God, I can't wait to do my not my neighborly rec video, but I can't wait to do my Chad rec video because I still want to do fan art for that one. I'm actually like that one's not going to be me recording an art fight piece. That one's actually going to be me drawing fan art for the show just because I do want to draw Simon, Chad, and Susie, and I had a very funny piece in mind, but I'm very like because that show has definitely gotten me thinking more about Fallout in like a more like creative sense than I have had in years. And like And like even for like the stuff about the show I don't like, which is generally just the humor. That's the only thing I don't like the shows. I'm not really into the humor, but I really enjoy the like way they wrote the story to not only make it feel like a Fallout story, but not make it feel like to go about like the mean way of saying it, like a Reddit boy's wet dream. I'll play Starfield whenever I get a Xbox or a PC that can run Starfield. Yee! Oh gosh, that was, I think it was, I don't remember, but I think it was either fan art of Catherine or that commission I did for you a really long time ago with your Michael and your Jerry. I know it was one of those two. I completely forgot which character I was drawing. That's what I thought. She's very fun to draw. Just a very good spiral lady. Okay, yeah, but that thing was so cursed. That was so cursed. Like, I want to talk to the dude who thought that mission was a good idea. Like, I don't even... Like, was it supposed to be funny? Is that what they thought? Oh, no. Well, I'm glad I didn't see the naked gayness cons. Why, is the guy fired or dead? Actually, don't answer that. Yeah, no, I'll play Starfield someday. Just probably not for a while, specifically because of the two reasons I said is keeping me from playing Starfield. That, and also because of Elden Ring. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of why I like cut the conversation after I was like, why is he dead or something. You have reasons. Anywho, let me talk about Elden Ring for a bit, just because I mentioned Elden Ring, and I can't mention Elden Ring without talking about Elden Ring. So I had a funny thought. My Omen character Ek is so funny because I haven't drawn too much like stuff that I posted online of him, but Ek is my Omen character. I made him because I wanted an Omen OC, and his like main story is that he is a Omen who resides in the sewers of Leyndell. Not in like the subterranean shunning grounds. He actually doesn't like the subterranean shunning grounds. It's more so of just like the regular sewer areas. And his role in the game would be like a merchant in Leyndell that you could like buy weird stuff from. So he would sell like weird crafting materials. And I was like thinking, while working on not while working on anything, but while driving, I was like, now that the DLC is out, I wonder if Ek would go to the Shadow Realms. And after thinking about it, I was like, probably after the end of Elden Ring. Well, most of the merchants sell crafting materials. Ek would specifically sell like weird ones. But I was like, yeah, Ek post ending of Elden Ring would probably go to the Shadow Realms. For reasons I won't specify because Joe hasn't gotten to that part in Elden Ring. But I was like, and also just because like, at least what I understand of the lore of the Shadow area is that it's very like they kind of worship. It seems like they worship people like Morgott and Moog and with the Crucible which I believe like omens are a part of. I'm not 100% certain on that. I have to brush up on my Elden Ring lore. And I was thinking about it, and my first thought was, yeah, Ek would vibe here because it would be a place where people don't consider him an abomination. And then my mind went, oh, he would go to Midas's manse and he would just make it his own home. He'd just be like, oh, free mansion? Yoink. And then, like, the joke came up of just, like, at least to me, the joke of, oh, well, Mance is the Lord of Frenzied Flame, so now Ek, the most scrungliest omen anybody could possibly meet, is now the Lord of Frenzied Flame, which is obviously not how that works, but that made me laugh. And so I was, like, imagining, like, a group of, Tarnished being like, we heard the Lord of Frenzied Flame is here, and that's a dangerous person, so we gotta naturally kill him. And then they just meet the most, like, creature-looking-esque dude who's just kind of, like, vibing, kind of slightly scared of his own new house. He's like, yeah, this place was just here, and I took it. It's, like, mine now. Joe! You gotta get more pots and stuff. You know, Ronnie has a very nifty item you can use. You honestly, Joe, you honestly might like perfumer tools once you get access to those. If you like crafting so much. Perfumers are pretty good, and they did a bunch of new perfumer-themed weapons out in the DLC that work really good. Judy, Joe won't talk to Ronnie. He is completely ignoring my wife. That's because you gotta use your crafts with your weapons. Otherwise, you are gonna die a lot. Hi! Hi, sleepyhead! Did you have a good dream? Yeah? Oh, she's going back to sleep. But Ronnie is a goth baddie! Ronnie is my space-themed goth baddie. The Mimic you could actually get fairly early on. Joe... Yeah, Melina is a ghost baddie, and Ronnie is a space baddie. And they're both goth. They're both goth, but I think that's just what happens when your father is Radigan. Which I guess in that term that would make all of his other kids goths, but I don't think that's worked for like a bunch of them. I would not call Mikola a goth. You would really like Dovahkiin. I drew their Tarnished at the beginning of Art Fight. It's the one with the like fingerprint background. Because they ship their Tarnished with Melina. They like wrote like a really sad backstory with her because if you get the Frenzied Flame ending, Melina fucking hates you. You are free because I have my own wife. Hold on a second. I have my own beautiful wife. She is like 7 feet tall. She is a tall goth baddie. Look at her. Like, my beautiful wife. No, it's not him! No! Ew! No! Hi! Hey! Welcome to the stream where we're talking about our goth wives in Elden Ring. Anyway, that's my goth wife. She's dead, but, Wait, you thought that was smoke? Hold on, wait a second. I need to, hold on a second. Hi there, Mr. Lord of Blood. I'm gonna borrow you for a second. Said Mikola in Elden Ring. Okay, here we go. Hey sir, I'm gonna need you to, like, shrink, really quick. Uh-huh. Yeah. Anyway. Does that look like Rogue to you? Oh, okay. I was... Listen, Moog is a goth baddie, but he's not a goth baddie because he's hot. He's a baddie because he sucks shit. Hi, this is what you walked in on. Yeah, you did a good job. No, if you wanted to assign me a new husbando from Elden Ring, there is this one guy who absolutely adore him. Best boy, second best boy in the game because he's not Morgott the Omen King, but my one beautiful man, legless man who just wants to kill a dragon so flipping badly. Love him to pieces. Torrent doesn't count because Torrent is literally a horse. Torrent is an animal. And not even a sentient one. He's not like Muriel. Which, by the way, Joe, you have not met the Pope Turtle yet, so look forward to that. And the hottest character of Elden Ring is the turtle. I know you have not met Melania, you've met Melina. The turtle I'm talking about. Hold on a second. I know you haven't met Mariel yet because Mariel is in Lunaria of the Lakes, and you have not gotten there yet. You are in Limgrave. Exactly. This is Pope Turtle. His name is Mariel. And I use him to learn magics. He will help you get better spells. So at the point of the game where you're at, you're gonna want to try getting yourself to the round table hold soon. It's way too big. Because you get more items that way. I beat one boss. I mean, you could do what my sister failed to do and beat Melania Blade of Mikola first try. I had to give her a new goal, so now she has to beat Mesmer the Impaler first try. And if she doesn't, then... The best I have ever done against the boss is I've beaten Godfrey, I think, in one try. I think did I die to Godfrey? I'm pretty sure I've beaten... No, I've died to his first form, his first phase once, and then his second phase I beaten. First try. That's what happened. Go have fun talking to your goth wife. I'm gonna be busy getting stabbed by not the first guy who's obsessed with snakes, but the second guy who's obsessed with snakes. Where is... Yeah, so when this DLC came out, FromSoft decided to give us another twink. And so this is the guy who I'm currently stuck on. Mr. Mommy Issues. Just a fantastic snake man who has committed so many genocide. Okay. I'm not gonna leave you for the Snake Man because he's cringe. Snake Man is cringe. The guy's got extreme mommy issues. He and Rykard should meet because the two of them combined can have two things in common. One is parental issues. The other one is a snake. The only thing you have to worry about is if a puppet lady offers me a chance to go travel in space with her for 1,000 years in darkness, I might just have to take it. If you've seen the state of the world at the moment. I mean, free vacation in space. Ronnie's ending is my favorite ending. Yeah. You get it. Love Ronnie. She's so funny. She's really funny because, like, at the beginning of the game, if you talk to her, she's just kind of like, oh, I have something I have to give Torrent's owner, but, like, yeah, you know, if we meet up again, it's like, whatever. And then, like, unless you, like, do the thing where it directs you to her, if you just show up, she's like, what do you want? And you could just be like, hey, is there, like, anything you want me to do? And she'd be like, okay, you're weird. You could help me out. Yeah, so I think she still hangs around there, but you can buy her object from somebody else. Yeah, if you meet Ronnie. So Ronnie isn't a required character for you to meet. They're technically so the only requirements that Elden Ring has in order for you to beat the game. Just beat the game, not get any of the special endings, which is called the Broken Lands ending, I think it's called. Is you need 2 Great Runes. You need to beat Morgott. You need to you have to go do this mission in the Forbidden Lands, and then you have to go do another big mission in Far. Sorry, I accidentally unplugged my headphones. You have to go do this mission in Farum Azula. And then you go back and you go kill the final boss. And if you go and do all that, you get like the bare minimum of beating Elden Ring. And you get the Broken Lands ending, which is just, you're Elden Lord now, but oh boy, you gotta like clean up a lot of crap. And then there's the other 5 endings, which all have their own separate set of requirements. Ronnie's ending is one of the 2 that has a heftier, if anything, it has the most amount of like steps you have to do in order to beat the game. And to get like an ending that is not just like the base game ending. Because with the Frenzy Flame ending, all you have to do is beat Morgott and then meet the 3 fingers, and then you're done. That's all you have to do. But with Ronnie's ending, she like sends you on this one quest for this one specific quest, and then you have to go follow her into this other area where she's just kind of like, why are you following me around? Fine, if you want to be annoying, you can help me out with this next step. And then if you keep, following her after that, she'll be like, oh wow, okay, I guess you're gonna be my Elden Lord when I ascend to Godhood. Sweet. Didn't really have to do it, but you know what? Like, not a bad choice, because you're pretty cool. Because, like, that's, like, one of the things I like with Ronnie, is Ronnie doesn't really order you around to do anything. If anything, like, for most of her quests, after you do, like, the stuff she does ask you to do, she kind of gets annoyed with you following her around. Because she's like, I have to go do this by myself, I have to go do this thing by myself. And then there's a certain point where she does leave you, and you can still keep following her to the thing that she says she has to do on her own, which is how you like end her quest line. And then, of course, that's also how, like, doing all of her stuff, you can marry her in the end. So, which is nice. It's like a little bonus. Marrying a space goth wife. No, so here's the thing, Joe. You technically don't have to meet Ronnie. The question is why do you not want to meet Ronnie? Because you have to get to, in order for you to get the thing that she gives you without talking to her, you have to go into the round table hold. She'll just give you the fucking, instead of like spending your runes buying this item that she gives you for free, all you have to do is talk to her. And you get the item for free, instead of having to spend runes on it. Those precious runes that could, like, level you up so you're not dying so much. Or you can use... You could go and talk to the merchant after you talk to Ronnie, or before you talk to Ronnie. I'm not actually mad at you, dude. I just think it's really funny that you're just like, but she stops me from buying my crafting supplies. It's like, is Ronnie holding your runes hostage? Well, if you talk to her, then she won't annoy you so much, because that's the only time she wants to talk to you. Oh, I didn't know that, because I always go talk to her and get my free item that she gives me. My free little helpful item that makes fighting things easier. Joe. You could get your crafting supplies afterwards! Dude! Are we sure Joe is just not Ek in a trench coat? Talking to Ronnie once can help you get so much more crafting supplies. Just saying. Just saying. Ah, some good Gorai. I got myself a couple because I was craving them. I haven't had one in forever. But I also haven't drank since Baltimore Pride. I don't drink as much as I used to, as long as I'm like, unless I'm like in a social environment. I was just like, you know what, I haven't had this in forever, I want some, so I went and I got myself some. I know it's a mostly good thing. Because one, it's like a money management thing, and two, it's a less making people concerned that you're an alcoholic thing. But yeah, I was expecting to be done with this earlier, because I think I said at the beginning of the stream, these things are dangerous because they're like juice. I mean, I'd be down to do that. The only issue is I wouldn't be able to drive. If you wanted to go with somebody, that is. Yeah, that's what my thing looks like. It looks like a green bottle full of water. But it's not. It is an alcoholic beverage. That is true. However, I don't want to stay the night at your apartment if you don't want people staying the night at your apartment. Ah! Eee. We could plan a night for that when I get back from Canada. Yeah, let's go drinking by Judy's place. Woo! But yeah, no, dude. When we get back from Canada, when I get back from Canada, if you want to, we could find a time to do that before school starts for me. Yeah, I'll get you some. Actually, it's funny enough that I saw the giant by my by where I live. I don't know if they still sell them, but for a bit they were selling them. They're very good. Yeah, Judy, I'm gonna kidnap you, bring you back to bring you back to America, and we're gonna go to Joe's house and get wasted. This was like a while, dude. I haven't checked since I like noticed them because I go to. I mean, you can always check the giant near your house if there is any, or if there is a giant near your house, because that's where I saw them at. They were in their international section. But like, dude, when I go to Canada, I'll just like if I go to a store that sells them, I'll grab you some. I mean, we could always call an Uber. I don't mind paying for an Uber. I don't use Uber though. I use Lyft. They're really good. They are super good. Ah, you got a Safeway, gotcha. Well, next time I go to the Giant by my house, I'll check if they have them. If they do have them, I mean, I can always grab you some when I go to Canada because I believe the ones in the Giant when I did see them, they only had the regular ones, but there's more flavors. So if when I go to Canada and I see them, I'll see if they have like different flavors that are not just the regular ones. So then you can have a little variety. If you get copy Chris for Joe, Judy, you could just if you get any before I get there, just hold on to them for me and I'll just give them to Joe because Joe works like, I mean, well, Joe also works like right next to where I work, like down the road from where I work, but he also lives like down the road from where I work, so I could very much easily like take 10 minutes out of my drive home to like stop by his place and give him candy. Yeah, no, we don't have anything like that in America. Like, the closest thing to that we have is Kit Kats. And they don't have coffee Kit Kats. That is true. Hangry Joe's is really good. Ooh, Judy, if you ever come back to Rockville, we gotta take you to Hangry Joe's. It's very spicy, though. Oh, the heat's gonna melt them, though. I mean, just wait until I get there. I don't know, I'll put them in the cooler. I wouldn't put them in my car, though. At least until the drive back. Yeah. I like spicy, though, so it's gonna be also- It reminds me... so there's a place that actually opened up next to the Giant that I go to. Called it's a Koki tea, but they're also like so there used to be a really good chicken place right next to where I live at the by the Giant that I go to, and they ended up closing because of COVID, which made me very upset because I love their chicken. And yeah, we're having a heat wave too, don't worry. And I was very upset when they closed, but then the place that the chicken place got bought out by a Koki tree company. But which is fine because I love boba tea. So I was like, ooh, a boba tea place that's in like walking distance from my house that doesn't take me 40 minutes to get to. which is like the second walking distance boba tea place by my house. This is like cuts the time by like into like 1/4 of the usual walk. And which, you know, at that point I would just might as well drive if I wanted boba tea really badly. But no, now I could walk to a boba tea place if I really wanted boba tea. And this place is a bit special because it is not just a koki tea, it is also a chicken butt, which apparently is a chicken restaurant I didn't know about. And they have chicken sandwiches that are very similar to Hangry Joe's, and they are so fucking good. Like, the menu is very much not exactly like Hangry Joe's, but the chicken sandwiches are pretty close to Hangry Joe's. They're more expensive than Hangry Joe's, though. So I'd rather go to, like, Hangry Joe's than this place, but, you know, if you were in the area, you could try chicken butt. The only time I had Hangry Joe's was when I was picking up lunch for you and me and getting a drink for your dad. So it's been a little bit of a hot minute since I've had Hangry Joe's, but it's been longer since I've had chicken butt. Okay, we got the line art done for this. So let's pull our little reference sheet up. I'm gonna shrink it down a bit more so it's easier for me to see. And we are going to do the easy thing that I like to do with my line art, which is select everything that isn't going to be colored. And, well, okay, we're not going to make it black first off. Oh, it's on my paint side pen. That's not at all what I wanted to do. But yeah, now you see why I don't like using my paint side pen for that stuff. Okay. I don't blame him. It's really good. I should tell him about chicken butt, because I think chicken butt, not to be like your boyfriend could get the same kind of chicken down where I live. But whenever if you want him to stop asking for Hangry Joe's, I always just tell him like, hey, chicken butt has very similar chicken sandwiches. They're not as cheap, but you can also get a boba tea with it. Yeah, it's called chicken butt, and like, let me, okay, so like, I'm not even joking. This is what the logo looks like for them. It's your secret weapon. If you won't bring him down, then then Hangry Joe's will break him down. Anyway, that's their logo. And their food is really good. This one's actually from the location by my house, but look at that sandwich. This is a delicious sandwich. Oh man, I want some chicken butt. Yeah, they're definitely closing really soon though, so I'm not gonna walk over there and get myself a sandwich. Yeah. Hey, hon, I'll bring you some chicken butt down when I get there. No, it's not gonna taste good by the time I get to your place. Magic the Gathering to me kind of feels like how Americans imagine Brits being. It's very like steampunk. I want to call Magic the Gathering uh yeah, that's what I figured you were talking about too. Yeah, but I still wouldn't call Magic the Gathering America core. Magic the Gathering to me kind of feels like how Americans imagine Britain being like, or Brits being like. But that's just the vibe I get. I'm not actually into Magic the Gathering. It's not that I hate Magic the Gathering. It's just I personally just don't get into card games myself. But I still listen to my friends do their silly rambles about their card games. Like I've sat through calls with Red and Jason when they're in the middle of a Magic the Gathering tournament. Yeah, that's like part of the reason why I don't get into it. It was like part of the reason why it was like Overwatch, and like one of the reasons I stopped playing it is I did not like the gambling aspect of it, and I was like, I'm getting way too invested to this. This is not healthy. I just remember when I was going to community college, every we had the nerd corner, and then that kind of like near my last year, that stopped being the nerd corner because a lot of the nerds were leaving because they graduated. Like my current university has a game room. My university has a game room, but the times that I used to go to it, I only really went to it to draw. Which, funny enough, I just completely forgot about it until now, but I had somebody, and he was really nice about it. Um, like, this is not one of those, like, I had, like, a cringe story to tell, but it was, I had this guy go up to me while I was in the middle of sketching out pages for In Harmony's first chapter, actually. Because, fun fact for people who don't know, I draw In Harmony's pages traditionally first, and then I used the, like, I lined them, like, really crappily with, like, multi-liners. I wouldn't say crappily, but, like, I don't do, like, my usual good line art job. Just enough that, like, I know what's happening in the scene. And then I go over them with, by the way, you can see the sketch pages on my Patreon for $2 a month. Woo! Now that the shelling is over, I go ahead and I sketch them traditionally, so that way they're easier for me. It's why my In Harmony pages look nicer than like my other comic pages, is because I put more time and effort into them. Let me check. Wind Scene, yeah. It's called, this is called Wind Scene. It's a lo-fi cover of a song. So I have the playlist linked in the description, dude. This has all the songs that are on this playlist on it. A lot of them are like, like there was a Avatar: The Last Airbender song on it. There's a couple really good Legend of Zelda remixes on it. Just very good. Very good. This is Star's playlist. If you don't know who the Starfish Face is, she's a YouTuber, and I enjoy her stuff, and she does really good comic tips, and she also has a very good webcomic called Cast Off, which I don't know if you have read, but Cast Off is a story about a guy named Vector who gets kidnapped by a bounty hunter named Ariana, and she's trying to take him home because she feels bad about kidnapping him. And they get into some crazy hijinks. So if you kids want to go see the adventures of Vector and Ariana and see a bunch of young adults and teenagers get what we adults call the trauma, go ahead and read Cast Off at castoff-comic.com. You could go there and see characters such as robots who pretend that they're not robots, the sweetest woman you have ever met in your life who lives on an island by herself and is very sad about it, and the world's best thief who may not be the best thief, but she'll never tell. All on castoff-comic-comic.com. When you do better advertising for somebody else's comic instead of your own. Why is this up? I did not want that up. Thank you very much, Microsoft. Listen, I have a whole YouTube series that's just Daryl Max over promoting stuff other people made. Which, by the way, if you want to go listen to some really nifty podcasts that you may have or have not heard of before, you should go check out my podcast series. It's called Daryl Recommends Podcasts, where I sit from anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes talking about shows I like. You want horror podcasts? I could recommend you horror podcasts. Comedy? Look at that, there's some comedy podcasts. I could recommend you things that people have not been recommending often online, anywhere from well-known publications such as the Magnus Archives and Malevolent to smaller shows like Seven of Hearts and The Stench of Adventure. You could follow it on my YouTube channel. Was that over promoting? I can't laugh too loud. My stepdad's watching Game of Thrones downstairs. Ah, jeez. I think that's everything. Unless this person's got scars on their face. They do not. Okay. On most social media. There we go. Thanks for shelling for me, dude. I appreciate it. If I can't shell for myself, then my friends will have to do it for me. Where's the leaf ones? Where's the ones I like? Here we go. Joe, I know you say that as I know you said that as a joke. I legitimately thought that you were shit talking somebody else's podcast and not our own. I was like sitting there for a minute and I was like, this is not the vibe that I wanted in the server, and then I realized you were talking about Revelations Nevada. And now down here. Put some of that there. Paint that in a bit, and then there was a, here we go. Oh, what's this one? Stop! Stop! Please! Oh god! Oh god, goodness, you guys are gonna kill me. Why did I stop doing art streams? This is fun. Okay, and I need to go on top of this layer, and I need to grab some of this. And... oh, okay, yeah, no, that's not the one I want. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see the issue. And then to play, and then hold on a second. This is my cheap, easy way of doing some pretty good scattered shadows for whenever you need something to look like a bunch of leaves are on it. You just take your color, take white, go over the whole thing with a bunch of dots, back and forth with whatever color you're using. This is a pseudo tutorial, so watch this shit. Do this a lot, right? Then take your color and do this a lot. And just keep doing it until you get like a kind of messy, natural looking spotted leaf thing. Right? Keep doing that. You just keep doing it. Perfect. Then you go to filter. You blur it a lot. Now, don't blur it too much, just enough so you could kind of see the shape of it, but it doesn't look too much like scribbles, right? And then you take your soft color and you go over where the hard shadows would be. So like the areas where the light shining through where the leaves would be would not hit. My dog is getting set off because he's waiting for my mom to get home, and he knows she's coming home soon. She's just not home yet. And there you go. And then you just adjust the opacity to how much you want those lights shining through. I actually like it at 100%, so I'm going to keep it at 100%, and I'm going to make this one lighter, because this is going to be my regular shading later. So I would say about 50, but I'm going to also work backwards. Do you like bannable words on YouTube? Well, there's a little funny website called, they spell it out, P-O-R. You know, I was very tempted to actually close down the stream and say YouTube banned me, but poor cub, there you go. Nailed it. Absolutely what I was gonna say. There's nothing else that sounds like that. No other website. I like how this one uses... Oh, okay, it's called 5 PM. Okay, this is not just, you know, Animal Crossing noises being directly injected into my ear holes right now. I think I have heard this one before, but I completely forgot about it. Listen, I gotta star streams enough to like recognize some of the songs from her streams, but I don't pay attention to all the songs, especially when she's talking about stuff, unless it's like a song that I recognize and I'm like, oh yeah, this is my jam. In this case, this is not one of those songs. This is just Animal Crossing noises. Okay. See ya. Bye, Joe. Have fun. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Making me feel welcome back streaming art on my YouTube. I would like to stream more art fight stuff. I would like to stream more comic stuff. My issue with just streaming more comic stuff is I am currently in a very spoiler-heavy area, which is nowhere near. It's funny because I am in like a completely like in where I'm at in my comic. They are not at the diner anymore. Yay! What was it? They're not at the diner anymore. They had went to another location. And now the son of pages I'm drawing, they're currently leaving that location. So, you know, if you want an idea of, like, what I'm doing. Whereas, if you look at just my updates, they are still at the diner. The diner part of the comic was my least favorite part to draw, only because it is, like, the most boring part of the comic. Because it's a lot of them talking. They're talking about things, they're explaining things, and it's like, it is great, but there's more interesting stuff that happens in this chapter. After the diner. The diner arc. The diner arc is, let me look at my... The diner arc ends on page 18. Page 18 is the last diner arc, page, which luckily is like at the end of, I think the last diner arc page is at the end of July. My issue is that the diner arc is very boring. It is, I always like mentally, I'm like, the first 3 chapters of this comic is gonna be like the least interesting part of my comic, in my opinion. But when chapter 4 goes around, ooh, I'm very excited for chapter 4. Here's the kicker with with the first 3 chapters of In Harmony, though, is everything else that happens in the first 3 chapters of In Harmony is much more interesting than what happens in that fucking diner. At least in my opinion. But also, like, I mean, at least to you, Judy, I've explained why I have chapter 2 the way it is. Definitely a lot more show than tell. I mean, sorry, a lot more tell than show, but I have a reason for it. And I hope that it becomes clear at the very end of the chapter to everybody else who isn't my girlfriend and gets to know my comic secrets. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, not to say that I don't like chapter 2, because, like, where I'm at in chapter 2, I'm having so much fun drawing the pages for it. But, like, I think the more interesting stuff happens after chapter 3. Chapter 3 does have a very interesting, thing happen in it. And I also get to introduce some characters that I've been wanting to introduce. Exactly. My friends get to know my story secrets. Not all of them, but they get to know enough of them. This one's actually kind of coming out pretty good. So my next attack after revenge after this one, which I don't think I'm going to get to tonight, depending on how I'm feeling, I might do another attack, but I don't think I'm going to do the next revenge, because the next revenge after this one is S's, and I think I have an idea for what I want to do for S's, but that one's going to take a while. I'm definitely not going to get that done tonight, so I might do like a low effort attack on somebody who I haven't attacked yet, and just do like a simple headshot. Because I still feel okay for drawing. But I know I'm not going to feel okay enough to finish S's attack, revenge tonight. They did, I saw it, it was very cute. I loved their attack for you. It's they do animated attacks, and I actually like the reason why I say I won't have enough time for S's is because I got the idea for what I want to do for Joe's next attack, and I was like, well, I can't get the Joe's attack yet because I have a bunch of other ones to do, and then I was like, wait a minute, I could do something similar for S's attack. I'm not gonna say what it is in case Joe comes back here and hears me, because I don't want him to know what I'm gonna do for his attack. But when you see what I do for S's attack, you're gonna at least know that like what I do for S's attack is similar to what I'm gonna be doing for Joe's attack. It was a very cute animation. Yeah. Kick his butt. Kick it so good. That's fair. You know, in case he gets back. That's why I'm not saying. I'm also not saying like who I'm gonna draw. But I had the idea for it when I was thinking about what I wanted to do for his revenge. The nice thing with this one is I won't have to do a lot of highlights because they're under a tree. Which is nice specifically just because it's less work I have to do. Thanks, hon! Thanks for kicking this ass for me, I appreciate it. I think this is coming out really nice. I want to add a glowy over here. Actually, what if I just hold on a second? Or just once again the brush comes back. I actually don't want this to do that. Perfect, and then... There we go, that looks good. Ew, and then what if... Hold on a second, I'm cooking here. Yeah. Perfect. And then... There we go. And I think this one's done. So I'm gonna save it and post it real quick, and then I will grab one of my bookmarks and I'll do like a small bookmark, like maybe like a headshot, and then I think that'll be it for tonight. Because I'm still ready. I wish I did time lapse for this one, but I'm ready to. I'm still good to go. So just give me a moment to there we go. Okay. So next revenge I gotta do is S's, but for now, let's see. What do I got on my bookmarks? Ooh. Oh, but if I want to draw this character, I'll do full body. Judy, I'm gonna send you a character who a design I have bookmarked. Very cute. Not drawing her tonight, but I do plan on drawing her. It's a JoJo's character I found. But yeah, no, I was thinking about it, but not going to. You know what? A friend of mine actually, I'm gonna draw his character because a mutual of mine, posted his characters recently, so I'm gonna draw his boy, and that will be my last one I do for today. I forgot that I don't. So I stopped putting my reference sheets in their own separate folder, mostly just because it's very easy for me to look at them through here. Unless there's like small details I have to look at. But I got into the habit of like sketching on top of my reference sheets, and it actually like works pretty good. That's not even bad nudity. What? That's like a Scar reference. I'm sorry, I hate our fights rules about nudity. That's so stupid. Cause like, I need you to know this person does have a nude ref, but the nude ref is basically this guy in his boxer shorts. It's not even nudity. He's just shirtless. It's not even like that like drawing of that one character I drew named Fish. It's not that bad. Like I get it if you're I get it if it's like, you know, if you're a younger artist and your parents catch you seeing it, like I get that, but that's like what the filter warnings are for. Like that is your reason to not click on the picture of the shirtless guy. Either that or I think he just labeled. Oh, it's labeled under moderate, that's why. Gotcha. Okay, so it's not our fight, it's just them just being like, shirtless dudes need to go under moderate nudity. It's not moderate nudity, though. It's a guy with a shirt off. That is not moderate nudity. You just have male-presenting nipples. Like, I mean, I get it. I get it because a lot of like art fights, like, I mean, art fight's been a thing for me since I've been in high school. Granted, I didn't join it until a couple years afterwards, but like art fight's been like a thing I've known that's been around since like at least since I've been in high school. So like, and I know a lot of kids have been joining it since, so like I get it. At the same time, though, I think a child should be fine with seeing a guy shirtless. I don't think, like, I mean, I'm not saying kids should be looking at shirtless pictures of men. I'm just saying I don't think that counts as nudity. Like, for me, it has to do more so with context. Like, is you got like the image I'm talking about specifically, like I said, it's very much this image, but the guy's not wearing a shirt. He's wearing boxer briefs. It's like it to me it has more so to do with context than like the like actual material. Like obviously, like, you know, if you're posting porn as your reference sheet and tag it, but like a guy just standing there in his boxer briefs shouldn't be considered like nudity. I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm just making a big deal out of something that isn't that big of a deal. Um, but it's just a thought I have. I want to draw his eye shape because he's got very like kind of like Judy. He's kind of got like a Dio look going on. Kind of... Okay, yeah, but you see, that's like that's reasonable because that's the person is specifically looking for like sexual content and posting sexual content, right? So that should be tagged for. I think I just like I think a guy standing there with no shirt on is not the same as like, you know, like that one character you sent us a picture of with like the one girl who was like laying down very suggestively with no clothes, but she was like covered in an American flag. Like that is completely different than like guys standing there. Oh, and he's a vampire. Yeah, I know. I remember it's from The Boys. Yeah. You know, honestly, I wasn't even thinking of Dio when I was thinking of blonde vampires at first. I was actually thinking, and this is the podcast brain coming back again. I was thinking of I don't know what this guy's main hairstyle is. Okay, well, I'm just gonna wing it. I was thinking of this one character from this vampire podcast called Not Quite Dead. His name is Nej, and he's very much the like blonde, hot, but he's like also kind of like a like hot in a Twinkie way vampire. Like I don't watch the show, so I'm sorry if I get the character wrong, but I think his name is Lestat from Interview with the Vampire. All I know about Interview with the Vampire is that it's extremely gay and it's about hot vampires. Yeah, and Alucard. But here's the thing, I haven't watched Castlevania in years. And no, sorry, I don't have a gif of the thing I could put up right now. Though I might not be able to finish this on stream, I'll have to like finish it off stream if my parents decide to go to bed soon. Not like Stella, who's busy taking her little doggy nap. She's so cute. I haven't watched it. I heard it's good. I don't know if it's because somebody I follow recently got obsessed with it or because there's a new season, but I guess it got a new season. The most I know about Interview with the Vampire was from, funny enough, from Not Quite Dead, because one of the more recent episodes that Era Major put out. Usually when I have more than one ref sheet, I put them in a folder. Anyway, because then what I could do is I could just do that. What Era Major did is recently is he put out an essay where he was talking about like, oh, the movie. Yeah, no, I'm talking about the TV show. But he did like a interview essay not an interview essay, sorry, a video, audio essay about vampires. Yeah, there's a TV show. Hold on a second. I know Interview of the Vampire has a movie. But yeah, you know, looks like this. But like better than the poster. I think it came out in 2022. But yeah, it's with these guys. It's not. I mean, I've seen gifs from it. It's very gay. Like, it's very, very gay. Which I believe Interview with the Vampire has always been very gay. I just personally have not watched it. Yeah, it's, now, granted, it could just be people picking out parts, but at least to me it looks gayer than what we do in the shadows is. And also, like, when I was reading what is wrong with me? When I was listening to that essay, that audio essay that Arrow wrote, like, the romantic relationships he writes about in it, or talks about in it, are specifically, like, queer ones in regards to Interview with the Vampire. I mean, so here's my thing, and I talked about with my recent video, is, like, I don't, like, I mean, I didn't talk about this particular thing that much, but I don't like baiting two shows with queer rep in it based off the amount of queer rep that they have in it. Because at least to me, it's very dependent on like when the show came out, and also like how because like here's the thing, is like with the way queer media is now, like it's very good that there's more queer rep in media, but I think at this not at this point, but at some point, the next step to, like, you know, having queer, like, media being on the screen is for it to be on the screen and just have it be seen as normal on the screen as, like, a heterosexual relationship, right? And the reason for it is because, one, I don't want to, like, have like some company doing the perpetual Disney thing of, look, here's our first gay character for the 50th time. And the other thing I don't want to do, well, the other thing too, is if we keep pitting queer shows or shows with queer rep at each other all the time, like a lot of people, especially on like TikTok and Tumblr, tend to do, which is like one of the annoying things about like Steven Universe discourse that I can't stand, is if you keep doing that, eventually, like, there's gonna come to a point where nobody's gonna want to, like, actually put queer rep in their thing, because they're gonna get people who are just gonna talk about how it's not good enough, or, like, you know, like, what they're doing is boring, or things like that. And two, it's like, you know, part of queer rights, at least to me, should be about, like, you know, about, like, shit like us being normalized, you know? Like, it's a very good thing if you could watch a TV show and one of the main characters, you know, say, for example, happens to be just a gay man and have, like, a boyfriend or whatever, or gets, like, a male interest love arc, and instead of having, like, 20 million homophobes being like, oh my god, I can't believe this show has gone woke, everybody's just like, alright, that's fine, whatever, there's a gay guy on the show with a boyfriend. Like, I feel like that's more progressive than just adding queer rep. And I know we're technically not at that point yet, considering we're still at the homophobes get horrified whenever, like, somebody is anything but heterosexual. But like the point I'm getting at here is me saying Interview with the Vampire is gayer than What We Do in the Shadows isn't me being like What We Do in the Shadows isn't good because there isn't as much queer rep. It's just me being like, I think the show is gayer than What We Do in the Shadows. But yeah, I also have not watched Interview with the Vampire, so for all I know, I could have somebody like sitting here typing up an angry comment being like, actually, What We Do in the Shadows is gayer than Interview with the Vampire. You should like sit down and watch it instead of like stating opinions that aren't valid. In which case, I'm just like, all right. But yeah, that's just my own thoughts with it. How to get more people to how to think more about like, queerness and society. Take a critical sexuality class as a very asexual person, and a class where you have some very interesting discussions with your professor. Let's just leave it at that before YouTube decides to demonetize this. Which, funny enough, not a monetized live stream, so... But if YouTube wants to give me that monetization at any point now, I will gladly stream some more. Yeah, mine was like, because my class was very interesting because it wasn't just like, about like queer theory or all that, because it was very much like it originally started off with like talking about like, at least in the terms for at least in like terms we understand, because the one thing that my professor like set up straight in the beginning, she was like, the words that they used at these times, with like the times that these articles and stuff were written, was not like the words that we would use. But which, I mean, I already understood that because I've been on Tumblr long enough to know how young people like to talk about older queers. But like it originally started off with like the different expectations between like cis male sexuality versus like cis female sexuality, which were very sexist, obviously. And then from there moved on to being from how do I draw this piercing? Okay. Hopefully that looks... I do not like how that looks. But yeah, but then it goes on to like, typical like male like gender presentation versus female gender presentation, specifically in like transgender individuals. And then it went it started like with like way back in the day. Like I'm talking like medieval times back in the day. And then the class went on to like talking about the different aspects with like sexuality with race and like stuff that had to do with like this Atlantic slave trade. I forgot the exact name for it, I'm sorry. But into that, and it was a very instead of being like a class where she's like, read this article and then we talk about what's in the article, she lectures us about like that stuff in the article. She instead basically would take a step back and let each of us discuss with each other about the article, and then like whenever she needed to like get us yeah, no, that was part of the course as well. But like she would like send us a reading to do. We would have like 2 readings a week. And then she would have us do like a class discussion on it instead of like a lecture. But like her role in these like class discussions was more of like her I don't want to use antagonizing because antagonizing feels very negative, but she would like kind of like push us to like asking the more difficult questions. So like one of the questions like that she would like get us into was like funny enough, which is like she did like a whole one about triggers. And she was like specifically like asking like, you know, when is it okay to like, you know, trigger somebody unexpectedly. And like one of the things that I specifically told her, I was like, I am very sex repulsed, and we talked about a lot of uncomfortable subjects in this class, but I also chose to be in this class. So even if we talked about stuff that upset me, I'm the one who decided to be in the class. So it's not like it's not very much just like you know, talking about like the very, very scientific. I would say it's less psychological, more social, sociological actually. But it was a very interesting class. And I think like a lot of, especially like with younger people, because most of the time it is with younger people, but it's also with some older people. I feel like people like would benefit more of like actually taking a critical sexuality class. Because some of these some of these opinions on the internet, it's like some of you guys like need to go touch some grass, please. But yeah, it was a good class. All my courses this year are gonna be like, I have like one art history course. It's for film, and I forgot if it was for film and cinema, I believe. Either that or film and photography. I forgot what the 2 was. Because I need one more high level art history course under my belt. And then, what else was there? 3 art studio classes. Just, it's a lot. But most of the classes I have to take are studio classes, so... And then I have a writing course, which is also part of my animation course because it's specifically screenwriting. So that's going to be really fun. Can't wait to do that. Which I think will help me write dialogue better, I'm hoping. Like, dialogue I really enjoy writing. But, you know, if it can help make my dialogue better... You know, just saying. Okay. I think we are done with that. So, we're gonna color this dude in. Oh, and... I need this to be a breaker brush. Ugh. There you go. Vampire Boy is coming along nicely. Amazing. Welcome to the baby. Welcome to the world, baby Destarian. Can you imagine a Dio and a Starian ship? They would be so horrible for each other. I'm actually gonna switch it over to this gray that they have. And then put in some of this dark color in. Okie dokie. Get rid of that. Actually, I want to make this bigger. Listen, the only good thing Dio ever did, and the only good thing Dio ever did is kill his dad. Like, I fought Dio for a lot of things. Getting rid of his dad is not one of them. Like, bro, I get it. I get why you did it. It's okay. Listen, you could be a Dio apologist. I still love you. Like, I should talk Dio because Dio is bullyable. He's stinky. Currently at the moment, it's kind of like, it's not quite, but almost Cars. Almost Cars. At least Cars I can respect. Dio I just can't respect. He's a good villain, I'm gonna give him that. He is a really good villain. He just also sucks. The problem is that I still like Kira's weird, and I haven't watched part 5 or part 6 yet. So all I got to work with is it was Dio and Cars. So at the moment, all I can say is like Cars is kind of cool, but fuck Dio. Like, you're a good villain, but you also suck. Yeah, exactly. I just met Kira. I know like jack shit about him. I know that. I'm not criticizing Kira for being a bad villain. I'm saying exactly what you're saying, is that I don't know Kira yet, so I can't really form an opinion about whether or not Kira is a good villain, other than his weird hand fetishy thing. And maybe maybe he has like an actual legitimate weird reason to why he likes hands that I don't know about. I don't know. He's a little guy with a hand fetish, which he could have a worse fetish for things, so I'll give him that. Hun, you should have put that J with the actual sentence before you sent it. Kira at the moment, what I currently know about him is he's kind of for anybody who doesn't know, I've only just met Kira in I only just met Kira in part 4, so I don't know anything about Kira other than his weird hand thing. Anyway, I only know that about Kira. For all I know, Kira could be like really cool, and I could be like, yeah, I see why he's everybody's favorite JoJo's villain. And on the other hand, I could go like, I don't get why people like this guy, he fucking sucks. I don't know. I don't know enough about him. He intrigues me, but like, in a I want to kick his butt and throw him in a locker kind of way. Okay. All I need to do now is the highlights, and then I think I'll be done for the night. Yeah, I mean, that's like the funny thing with JoJo is like, JoJo is so overdramatic, and it's not even like in an obnoxious way, it's just really fun. Like, a lot of the time they're just like sitting there freaking out over the dumbest shit, and it's like, instead of standing there talking about it, why don't you fucking do something about it? But it's funny, you know? It's not annoying, it's funny. And that's what I enjoy about JoJo's. Hey, welcome back, dude. So I finished my last attack, and I'm doing a quick attack because the next one I have to do is for S, and I know what I'm gonna do for S, but I'm not gonna get it done tonight. So I'm doing a quick one, and then I'm probably gonna close off the stream after that. The king returns! Yeah, we started talking about JoJo's villains. Where I had to, again, inform Judy that I am just but a humble baby who barely has stepped into all of the JoJo's. I am getting out the animation chops for S. I know exactly what I'm doing for S. It's gonna be something cool. That is all I'm willing to say about it for now, because I'm too tired to like put thought into it, and also if S decides to check the stream, I don't want them to know what I'm doing. Which they might, but they might not, but if in the case that they do, yeah. Yeah. And I think with that, I think I'm just about done with this one. I didn't want to do too much with this. I did a lot with that last one. There we go. Oh, okay. I think I am done for the night. Which is fine, because I got an attack and a revenge done. So I think I'm good. So yeah. That is the end. Thanks for stopping. Thanks, my friends, for hanging out with me and keeping me company. If you're not somebody I am... Sorry, I'm tired now. If you're not somebody who I am usually in cahoots with, I have a webcomic. You could follow it on the description down below. It is called In Harmony. It is my baby. It is a very gay, very horrifying comic of a bunch of college students hunting monsters in Appalachia, specifically in West Virginia. And it is in its second chapter. It's getting good when they get out of that diner. So you should go check it out, because it is my baby. Unlike my dog, who is sitting under my chair, she is my other baby. Also, I have another webcomic. It currently is on hiatus. It's called The Shepherd of Oblivion, but you can also follow it down below. And if you've been watching the stream and want to follow me on Art Fight, I also put that in the description as well, because this is an Art Fight stream, so there you go. Anyway, I am going. I need sleep. I am so tired. Night. Bye.